you go to war, then I'm going with you. Pick up my sword, yeah, there's nothing I won't do. When you sound the alarms and the chaos is rising, leading the charge, I'm coming to fight. I swear on the breath that I breathe, I'll never retreat, yeah, I'll be your army. Took a swing at a wrecking ball and I prayed for my downfall, and I found a way to reconcile, 'cause in my heart it's not worthwhile. It's a bloody battlefield where some go down, others heal. In the end it's all the same. All you can do is play the game. Oh, do we say goodbye? Refuse to question why. I deserve to say I'm sorry. So loud, pretend that you're okay. Swear that you will stay. Keep trying for one day. I'm sick of all these lies. Don't care if I capsize. There's nothing left for me to hide. Don't wanna live a lie. Too many lows, too many highs. Too many things to criticize. And so I leave it all behind. Don't wanna live a lie. Life kept spitting at my feet and forced me down a dead-end street.
My fucking mic was muted. Holy shit, my mic. Ah, it's so annoying. Anyway, okay, I'll quickly say what I just said. I'll do it twice as fast. Right. First qualifying of the year is Among Us. It's going to be one of the closest qualifyings in a long time. One of the best qualities in a long time. Because, like, 1st to 16th, the gap in FP3 between 1st and 16th was only like a second. So my predictions, I'm gonna say those in about 2 minutes. I'm gonna wait for some more people to get in. Yeah, this is gonna be an unbelievably good quali session. I am so fucking excited. So excited. And obviously, because it's a special occasion, the first quali of the year, I've brought out the Red Bull shirt. And in about there we go. In about a week or so, when Saudi Arabia is here, I will be wearing a new accessory to make it seem more like F1. Right, predictions for today. I'm gonna go for something very radical because obviously I could be very boring, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna be radical. I'm saying a Charles Leclerc pole. I'm gonna say Alonso second, Verstappen third, Perez fourth, Sainz fifth, and then Hamilton, Ricciardo, Hulkenberg, Russell. I think I already said Russell, and then Stroll is my predictions. Very, very radical. Very excited. Oh, we'll get to see the intro titles again. Yes, these intro titles are so good. Just want to say as well, I did a stream, watch along of the F2 sprint race yesterday. No, not yesterday. Fuck me. I'm tired. Okay, leave me alone. Yeah, I did an F2 stream of this sprint race. I did a watch along about an hour ago, and it was the best stream I've ever done in 7 years by a long shot. I had an average of 12 or 13 viewers, and you know, I had like 16 people were watching at one point. There were people talking, and it was overall an absolute fucking banner. So cheers very much for all of that, and of course I will be doing all F2 races this year. Here we go into Bahrain F1 though. 5.4 km track distance, which is 3.5 miles. Your full throttle for 75% of it. A top speed of 327 km an hour. 15 turns and 16 meters of elevation. We are also using the C3, the C2, and the C1 as our soft, mediums, and hards. The average gap between the soft and medium is about 1.2 seconds, and then 1.6 seconds between the medium and hards. They've already fucked up the bottom bit of the Sky broadcast. Let's also get live timing up, ready and raring to go. F1. I thought David Croft was missing the first races. Oh, does he mean like the actual races, not... Maybe he means like the actual Grand Prix, not quali. Alright, let's cook. I think, who am I looking out for today? I'm looking out for the RBs, I'm looking out for the Williams, and I'm looking out for
Really excited to see how
Norris.
this shakes out.
That's former Renault Formula One driver Jolien.
No, leave. T-minus 2 minutes until quali gets underway. I will put, as you can see here, I do have a timer ready. Bosh, there it is. So I'll turn that on when quali actually begins. And we'll go from there. So only a minute or so until we begin. And oh, this is going to be so good. I have actually lost my voice a little bit where I was screaming so much during F2 earlier. F2 is so much better than F1. It's a bit similar to how the EFL Championship is way better than the Premier League. There's less money involved and there's a lot more equalness going on. Random stat for you if you're really interested. If Max Verstappen gets pole today, or sorry, Max Verstappen, if he gets pole today, he will match Nigel Mansell and someone else's total poles to go 5th highest of all time, which is actually surprising because it doesn't feel like he got many poles at all. I believe he got quite a lot last year because of the domination of that car, but I don't think he's got that many. But, you know, 5th all time, there you go. Do you know what I mean? 1 minute until we begin. Come on, let's go. Let me start this timer. Please! I need to nail this timer as well. I'm going to do it aligned with a Sky Sports broadcast rather than live timing, because live timing is way ahead, but I'm going to be watching the Sky Sports thing, so... 4 o'clock has chimed, and we should get underway. Green light, quali is ready to go. Timer on. Here we fucking go. And immediately, Carlos Sainz is out of the pit lane. Let me quickly reset this. Bosh, bosh. Yes. And here we go. The very first quali session of the year is underway. I'm not going to be looking at live timing pretty much at all. Because I don't really feel like it. I'd rather watch the Sky Sports broadcast. It's more exciting. And we have Charles Leclerc, Carlos Sainz, Esteban Ocon, and Pierre Gasly on the track right now, and all of them are on medium tyres. Alright. Wonder what that's all about. David Croft explaining how qualifying works again. Like, I get there's new viewers, but shut up. Like, just go look, like, online. Like, ugh. Anyway, moving on. So, obviously, we only have a few drivers on track. Anymore? No, just the Alpines and the Ferraris on track so far. Although we're already a minute in. Wow. Although I suppose there is literally 18 minutes. You can afford to wait a little while. Why are they using mediums, though? The Ferraris I kind of get, because the Ferraris are probably expecting to get into Q2, even on mediums. Whereas the Alpines, they're like the worst. Maybe it's a testing session. Because Alpine have the worst car. So Sainz is making his way. He's just ended Sector 2. Is he going to do another warm-up lap, or is this it? Is this the... Are we about to see the very first quali hot lap of the entire year? And it's still only those 4 drivers out on track right now. As the Alpines are staying very close together, I wonder if they're going to give each other a slipstream. And here we go. The very first hot lap of 2024 in qualifying. Let's fucking go! Let's see what Carlos Sainz can do on the mediums, with Charles Leclerc right behind as well. Let's fucking go. The tower behind Sainz is in Ferrari colours on the screen. I don't know why, but there you go. And let's see the Sector 1 times, because in practice we were seeing low 29s. So let's see what Sainz does. And it's actually a 29.7. Not awful for the medium tyre. What's Leclerc going to do? Oh. Oh no, Leclerc, a 29.5. Leclerc, 0.2 up in Sector 1. Carlos gets a bit of wheel spin, a little bit of a hey, snappy moment, so he's going to lose a bit of time there. But can we see... Oh, but they're not going to do the yeah, they're not going to do, like... Oh, that's annoying. The Sky Split, they ain't going to do, like, the individual sector time. They're just going to, like, do the total lap time. It's a 1:08.6. Esteban Ocon and Gasly also on laps as well. What's Leclerc? Leclerc is slower than Sainz through the second sector, so they're probably about equal right now. Using all of the track comes Sainz around the final corner. There is the first quali lap of the year, and he's going to do a 1:31.2, which is very respectable indeed. And now Leclerc comes across the line. 0.05 behind, Leclerc goes P2. So both Ferraris are 31.2. Here comes Ocon though. Ocon with a 32 dead. And goes third. Gasly behind does a 30... Oh, wow. A 32.4. So, as expected, the Alpines way off it. Like, miles away. Oh, fuck off, Ted. 13 minutes... Oh, no, not 13 minutes. 7 minutes in. Still only those 4 cars. No one else is going out right now. Drivers are in the car. And they're ready to go. They're just... not going. Simple as, really. So, can they even get to... I mean, they can get 2 laps done in 13 minutes time. Yeah, no one's going for laps right now. Boring! Oh. Hey! The very, very first driver to get their lap deleted for track limits is none other than Pierre Gasly! And he goes off the track, and he is going to be the very first driver to get their lap deleted from track limits. And now we have some cars heading out. We have Ricciardo, we've got Albon, we've got Hulkenberg, we've got Sargent. Everyone, okay, we've got every driver now. Every single car's coming out. Quali has very truly begun. Let's fucking go! Joguan's out. Sonoda's out. Fucking Sargent's out. Magnussen's out. There's another Williams. There's also both McLarens. There's a Red Bull in there somewhere as well. Bottas is out. And we still have quite a few in, but they're doing a bit of queuing at the moment. Piastri is out. Come on, more! More! Verstappen trying to overtake in the pit lane. Everyone's just stopped in the pit lane right now. So obviously they're just building gaps to each other. Here's where Gasly went off the track. This corner is very tricky with track limits. He is off, but barely, like, literally like millimeters. It's a bit crazy, but he did go off, and there you go. Alpine should honestly just leave the sport. They've got the slowest car by a mile. They should just leave. Now we have everyone out except Perez, Hamilton, and those four. Oh, as I say that, Hamilton and Perez come out. So the only driver that isn't, the only drivers. Oh no, Perez is still in. So it's just the drivers that have already done a lap, being both Ferraris and both Alpines, that are in the pits, and Sergio Perez. Traffic's gonna be a fucking problem, isn't it? As Hulkenberg is the next driver to begin a lap. Yeah, let's go! Oh, Perez is now out as well. So we have 16 drivers out right now. They're all about to set their first of probably 2 or 3 quali laps in Q numero uno. Right. So, Hulkenberg is the... How is it? I think it's just Hulkenberg on a lap right now. Oh no, Piastri is beginning. Here comes Oscar. Gonna be interesting to see if he can beat Norris, because if he does, that ain't a good look for Mr. Lando. Guys, Sky Sports are fucking pathetic. Bro, Hulkenberg is on a lap right now. Can we not look at him rather than Piastri, who's like 2 sectors back? Oh, hang on. We now have all 20 drivers as Albon goes quickest of everyone. The only driver on the soft tyres does a 30.7. Ricciardo does a 31 dead, goes P2. Everyone is improving on that lap time, though, as we have both McLarens next. Oh, no, that's not a McLaren. That's a fucking Ferrari. Nico Hulkenberg then goes quickest by half a tenth. Come on, Nico. Sargent goes P3, a 10th behind his teammate with a 30.7. Fastest sector 1 is going to be Lando Norris. Tsunoda goes ahead of his teammate Daniel Ricciardo by a 10th and a half and goes P4. Fastest sector 1 is now Alonso. Zhou Guanyu goes P6 with a 31 dead, half a 10th behind Ricciardo. Magnussen goes 8th, really slow, 8 tenths behind his teammate Hulkenberg, P1. Bottas then goes behind it, 2 milliseconds behind his teammate in P8. Piastri goes P3 with a 30, with the exact same time as Alex Albon. Lance Stroll then goes P5 with a 30.8. Lando Norris, fastest sector 2, comes across the line, and it is going to be fastest from Lando Norris by half a second. Oh, I like that. Fastest sector 1 is now Verstappen's. Fernando Alonso is going to come across the line. Where's he going to go? It's going to be P2 for Alonso, 36 milliseconds behind. Here comes Max Verstappen. Is he going to go pole? He goes pole by 1/10 of a second. Posh Spice Russell, I think, is way off. Hamilton, 7 tenths back from Verstappen after sector 2. Russell, fastest sector 3, 4th fastest, 3 tenths behind Verstappen. Hamilton having a bit of a stinker. Here he comes, and he's going to go P9. Oh, that's rough. And we do still have Sergio Perez, but he's a bit off it as well, I think. Perez goes 4th, 2 tenths behind his teammate, which is fine. Leclerc improving on Bottas by a second. He is currently on pole speed. So we'll see how he gets on. He's coming around the final corner. Sainz is about to finish Sector 2. So Leclerc, Carlos Sainz, half a tenth back. Leclerc only 5th, 2 tenths back. Sainz only half a tenth behind Verstappen after Sector 2. Round the final corner comes Sainz, approaching the line. Do it for the boys. Get pole for the boys. Come on. Here he goes. And Sainz goes fastest by a tenth. 3 tenths quicker than his teammate. Oh, I like that a lot. Ah! Fucking love that. We have Ferrari, Red Bull, McLaren, and Aston. Well, I say Aston, basically only Fernando Alonso. All scrapping for the top 5 right now. I told you it would be close, and so far my prediction is very far off. It's very far off. I said Leclerc Alonso. It's currently Sainz Verstappen. I completely forgot about Norris as well. I didn't even put him in my top 10. Egregious from me, so I might just forget my predictions ever happened, really. Oh, hang on. Oh, no. Logan Sargent, what did he do? Sargent saying Hamilton didn't get out of the way, but he did. 5 minutes to go. The bottom 5 is currently Zhou Guanyu, Valtteri Bottas, K-Mag, Esteban Ocon, and Pierre Gasly. Now, of course, there's going to be a lot of track ramp, and everyone except Sainz, Ocon, and Gasly are in the pits right now. So, it's going to be absolute fucking mayhem in the final 2 minutes of this session. But let's go. I mean, it's so close. A second between the top 15 right now. And it's just very close in general. Like, it's unreal how it's only like 1.2 seconds between the entire field. Like, it's mental how close this is. A 1:30.8 is the cutoff time, apparently. That would be about 11th or 12th currently. So Sargent, Hamilton, Sergio Perez saying he ran out of battery to the end of his lap. I wonder how that happens. But apparently, according to Ted Kravitz, Sargent, Hamilton, Stroll, Ricciardo, Tsunoda, all not safe. And now we have 3 minutes remaining, and everyone's starting to come out on the new soft tyres. I'm liking this new Perez strategy. Last year, he probably had the worst qualifying strategy of any driver on the grid. Whereas now, he's doing the same thing as everyone else. He's going out when Verstappen's going out. He's coming in when Verstappen's coming in. And look at the results. He's doing well. Look at that. What a fucking surprise. Isn't it? You have a good strategy. You do well. Right. Actually, that's a 4. Is Perez on new tyres? If so, I'm going to be well pissed off. Sainz, Verstappen, Norris, Perez, Leclerc, Russell, Hülkenberg, Albon, Piastri. Okay, so the only people that are on used is Verstappen. You know, I don't even know. The F1, the live timing's fucked. On used tyres is Perez, Norris. No, bro. Live timing! Sort it out! Right. Verstappen, used tyres. Perez, used tyres. Alonso, used tyres. Russell, used tyres. Everyone else new. Let's go. The first drivers to do a hot lap is going to be Zhou Guanyu, who is half a tenth up on Ricciardo's time, who is the only, well, the last safe driver in 15th. Let's see Bottas's first sector. It's going to be a 29 watt. Ricciardo, Bottas, a tenth and a half up on Ricciardo. A tenth and a half. I did say that. I need to sort myself out. I'm so fucked. Magnussen, a tenth and a half up as well on Ricciardo. Magnussen, fastest of the eliminated drivers right now. But they're all improving. Everyone is improving. Zhou Guanyu, only 5 thousandths up on Ricciardo's time right now. So, not good for Zhou Guanyu. He is improving, but he's not improving enough. Zhou Guanyu, very messy at the final corner. Zhou Guanyu's fucked. He's fucked it. Zhou Guanyu comes across the line. He goes 11th. That might not be enough. Valtteri Bottas improving. Magnussen, 600ths up. Tsunoda's improving. Everyone is improving. Piastri improves to P8. Hulkenberg stays P9, I think. Bottas goes ahead of his teammate to P11. Lovely. What about Magnussen? Magnussen, P10. Just behind his teammate, that might be enough. Tsunoda, way off it. Tsunoda's way off it. Ricciardo improving. Lance Stroll, fastest sector 1. He is currently in the elimination zone. Ricciardo, 2 tenths up on his on Hamilton's time, which should be enough to get through. Stroll, a second up on Hamilton's time. Tsunoda goes 9th fastest. What a lap by Tsunoda. What a final sector. Daniel Ricciardo goes 11th. That might not be enough, you know, because here comes Lance Stroll. Lance Stroll. P2 for Lance fucking Stroll. Get in there. Come on. Hamilton now also improving, 18th. And he's going to move up to 10th. Not bad. What about the Alpine pair? I don't think anyone else is on laps right now. We do have Ocon and Gasly, both on laps right now, but they've got to find 6 tenths to just get through. Esteban Ocon, 800ths back. He is 800ths off Magnussen in 15th. Gasly, a tenth and a half behind Magnussen in 15th. Can Ocon find what it takes and get into Q2? Here he comes. Ocon stays 19th. And Gasly comes across the line and stays P20. Wow. So, Q1 is over. And the final order is Carlos Sainz P1, Lance Stroll P2, half a tenth back. What a brilliant lap from Lance Stroll. Verstappen 3rd, Norris 4th, Alonso 5th, Perez 6th, Leclerc 7th, Russell 8th, Albon 9th, Hamilton 10th, Tsunoda 11th, and then Oscar Piastri P12, Ricciardo P13, Hulkenberg P14, Magnussen P15, and then the eliminated drivers is Bottas, who finishes a 1,000th of a second ahead of his teammate Zhou Guanyu, Sargent in P18, Ocon P19, Gasly P20. And that is going to be all for Q1 in the first quali session of the season. I said it would be close, and it absolutely is. There is half a second between the top 11 right now, as Sky Sports completely fuck up their broadcast again. Who would have guessed? Right. In about 2-3 minute break between the qualifying sessions, I'm going to go for an emergency piss break. But My thoughts, disappointed in Sargent. He was setting front-running pace in practice. He hasn't quite replicated that. He is 18. Very impressive from Albon. P9, impressed with the Hasses and the RBs managing to get through Q1 into Q2. I'm impressed with Perez. Only a 10th behind Verstappen. And I think I'm most impressed with Lance Stroll. Half a 10th to Carlos Sainz, put it P2. But obviously it means nothing because there's still 2 qualifying sessions left. So I'm going to go for a piss. But what a way to start the first quali of the year. Right. Q2. What are we thinking? Who's going out? Because that was close. And to be fair, the expected 5 slowest turned out to be the 5 slowest. So for Q2, getting eliminated. Is there any track limit issues? I don't think so. No track limit issues. Everyone's fine. All good to go. People, the recency bias on people is fucking egregious. Like 99% of people are saying that Checo was going to go out in Q1. He ain't that bad. He's really not. He's quite a good driver. Like, he's really not that bad of a driver. Like, give him a fucking break. Alpine tweet, quali result, full stop. P19, P20. They should just leave. Alright, Q2 is going to get underway in about 30 seconds to a minute's time. Right. Oh, fuck. Wait, it's already started. Right, my timer is about 20 seconds late. So, yeah. Actually, you know what I'll do? I'll change it to this, just so you know what's going on. Hang on, give it 10. Right, by the way, Q2 has started. We are ready to go. No one's come out yet. But that timer on the screen now, that is 100% accurate. By about 1 second. So, that's all good. We have no cars out on track right now. They're probably going to leave it quite late. But yeah, looking good. Personally, I thought that was a very entertaining session. Not much going on between the top, like, 5 or 6. But you sort of expect that, get one lap, go back in, don't skis. What I am very impressed with is just that Lance Stroll lap is different gravy, isn't it? It's world class. For how shit he is, to go P2 within half a tenth of pole is very impressive. Oh, fuck, I just opened the wrong program. Piss off. Right, any cars? Any cars? We have cars! Everyone is spilling out like this water that I spilt down myself earlier. They are absolutely spewing out of that pit lane. And let's see what tyres people are coming out on. I'm going to assume it's mostly new. No! I just ate my own words. Everyone, and I mean everyone, is on used softs except Fernando Alonso, who is on new softs. Oh, apparently Perez is on new softs. Okay. Oh, actually, one thing I want to quickly tell you lot is Formula 1 announced a thing. Wait, was it on the official F1? I'm confused. I don't remember. Yeah, it was. So, the presenters were Laura Winter, Will Buxton, Sam Collins, Jolyon Palmer, Lawrence Barretto, and Alex Jakes. They did a prediction for the top 10 in the driver standings. It's one of the worst things I've ever seen. Like, I want what they're smoking so I can just forget about my regrets and sadness. Because, well, I'll just say this. So, one of them thinks Hamilton's finished 7th behind Norris and Russell. No one believes in Perez at all. They think he's either going to finish 4th or 3rd. They think Alonso is going to finish 9th. Ricciardo 10th. And then Piastri, Will Buxton, thinks Piastri is going to finish ahead of Norris. Leclerc 2nd. Sainz 6th. And then they all think Verstappen's going to win. But it is those dumbest, stupidest predictions I've ever seen in my life. That is disgraceful to the sport of Formula 1. So I believe we have all 15 cars out on track right now. Of course, traffic ain't going to be much of a problem now because there's 5 less cars. Norris. Sorry. Norris, fastest in Sector 1. We don't know what that sector time was. All we know is that he was fastest. Let's go on the live timing, because fuck it. I changed my mind. I don't want to anymore. So Magnussen is going to be the first driver to finish a lap. He does a 1 minute 8.4 through the second sector. Piastri does a 7.9, which is very quick. Fastest sector 2. And Norris does a 7.4, which is even quicker than Piastri and is ahead. So Hulkenberg is the first driver to set a lap. He does a 1.31 dead. Magnussen does a 1.31.2. Piastri is going to do a 30.6 and go fastest. But then Lando Norris turned up and he's going to do a 29.9 and goes fastest by 7 tenths over his teammate. Here comes Lance Stroll, keeping it nice and clean and smooth through the final corner. He does a 30.9 and goes 3rd. Magnussen has his lap time deleted for track limits. And then we have Fernando Alonso, 3 tenths behind Norris. Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc on hot laps. Ricciardo goes last with a 31 something, whatever it was last. That's all you need to know. Tsunoda then goes ahead of Ricciardo, but still second last. only 20 milliseconds ahead. Here comes Alonso. He goes second, 2/10 back. Leclerc only a 10th off Norris. Ooh, that's close. Here comes Sainz. He's going to cross the line in 3, 2, 1. And he goes third, half a second off Lando Norris. Leclerc way up on that. Verstappen fastest in both sectors, sector 1 and 2. Here comes Leclerc across the line. He goes a 10th and a half behind Norris. Verstappen way up on Norris, and so is Perez. Verstappen getting all out of shape in the final corner. He's going to go across the line and probably go way ahead of everyone. Half a second ahead of Norris. Wow. And here comes Perez. He goes second fastest. Half a second behind Verstappen. Russell is going to go 8th. Wow, that's poor from the Mercedes. And here comes Lewis Hamilton. He is going to go P6. The Mercedes looking shit. To be fair, it's still looking like an Aston, Red Bull, McLaren, Ferrari fight. Mercedes aren't really in there yet. And neither is Piastri, really. Here's where K-Mag went off track limits. Wait, there? How are you going off track there? There's one place where you're not going to go off the track. It's there. Oh, he's way off as well. We should have backed off there. How did he not see that? He was so far off. Literally miles. As Fernando Alonso also had a big lock-up in turn 1, so that lost him probably a 10th or 2, so... Yeah, Verstappen going half a second quicker than Perez there. Not good at all. They're going to start talking shit on Perez again, and honestly, I've had enough of it. It pisses me off so much. The amount of shit talking that they do to Sergio Perez is so unfair. It's so unfair. Pretty much every other, if they're not talking about another driver, they're shit talking Perez. They don't ever praise him for anything. I mean, obviously, being half a second back, you're not going to praise him, but that ain't the point. In practice, in quali, in the race, in pre-season testing, it's all just Perez is awful, get Ricciardo in. And it pisses me off so much. It's so undeserved and so biased. I unmute the broadcast because they're shit-talking Perez. Croft is going on about fucking octopuses and wrestling them. What does that even mean? So everyone's back in the pits. Magnussen needs to do a lap, and there is 1.5 seconds between first and last at the moment. So I think the top 3, maybe 4, are safe right now. Actually, no, I'd say top 5 or 6 are safe. Sainz, Piastri, Russell, and Stroll all need better lap times, as of course do the bottom 5. But I think Verstappen, Perez, Norris, and then Leclerc and Alonso maybe are safe right now. The projected knockout time is a 30.3. That's yeah, basically what I said. The top 5 are safe, and Hamilton has to improve. So that's just me with the wheel knowledge, as we have cars coming out with 4 minutes left, a bit early, maybe. Piastri and Hülkenberg both coming out, as is Magnussen, Albon, and everyone else. Why am I even saying them individually? It is literally everyone. This poor woman has got an Alfa Romeo hat on. My condolences that you've bought that hat for about 30 quid, and then they changed the team name the year later. That is such a shit situation to be in. Hey, Mate, these presenters are so brain dead. They're asking, why are people stopping in the pit lane? It's to build a fucking gap, you idiots. They're stopping in the pit lane so that the car in front can go, so that then there's a gap. It shouldn't be this difficult to work out. Oh, it's just these presenters are so, like, dumb, despite watching F1 for, like, 20 years. Wait, Croft just said that Verstappen's lap time is the fastest since 2022, including testing and the race, and that's very impressive. These cars, even the Haas and the Williams, are way faster than the best cars last year. Every car is just way quicker. You can't really say that, can ya? Right, both Mercedes leaving it late to exit the pits as hot laps are getting underway, so Magnussen needs a massive lap. More than anyone, because he doesn't have a lap. If he's not going to get through, he needs to try and get an 11th or 12th. As Albon also begins a lap. What's the straight line speed saying? 320. 323 ain't awful. Apparently the Williams car, because of the concept, are they using the new drone? No. If you're talking about the one that Red Bull made that goes like 300 kilometers an hour, they're not doing that, no. But apparently the Williams has a concept where it's a lot less... Because last year, and notoriously, they've got very good straight line speed and nothing else. Albon, 4/10 up on Stroll in the first sector. Stroll, a 10th behind Verstappen. I don't think Perez is safe here. I think only Verstappen is safe. This is going to be fucking close. Why not? Because, well, that drone is owned by Red Bull, and there's only one of them. This is F1. It's different. They'd also have to ship it to Bahrain. Albon is flying right now. Magnussen, only P9. Hulkenberg, P2. Hulkenberg is second. Stroll, behind Verstappen and Perez. Ricciardo is up. Albon's up. Albon only P8. Lance Stroll, where's he going? Sainz, fastest sector 2. Behind Verstappen, ahead of Perez and Hulkenberg though. Stroll only 8th for Lance Stroll. Here comes Ricciardo. Ricciardo goes P10. That ain't enough. He's fucked. He is fucked because everyone else is going to improve. Here comes Sainz, fastest sector 2. He goes second fastest, 2/10 behind Verstappen. And now we have Tsunoda. Is he going to go ahead of his teammate? And he does. Tsunoda, P8. What a lap from Tsunoda. Leclerc, fastest sector 2 of anyone. Alonso, P3. Perez hasn't... Wait, Perez has stayed in. I think Perez is safe. No, he's not. No, he is. Leclerc goes fastest by 2/10. Oh, yeah. I love that a lot. I think Perez is just about safe. There's Tsunoda, Piastri, Stroll, Albon, Ricciardo. Yeah. Perez is safe. Good. Good to know. Is he even doing a lap? Russell, 500ths behind Stroll, who is 10th. Hamilton is up. Stroll has let me down there. He's going to be eliminated by Hamilton and maybe Russell as well. Here goes Russell. Russell goes P6 with a fan-fucking-tastic Sector 3. And here comes Hamilton, the final driver. P4. for Lewis Cameltoe. And that is all for Q numero dos. Well in. Good job, guys. Good shit. So the final order for Q2 is Leclerc in first, great lap, 2/10 ahead of Verstappen, and then Sainz in P3, Hamilton, Alonso, Hülkenberg P6, 7/10 ahead of his teammate. Love it, really. And then we have Russell, Perez, Norris, Piastri, only into Q3 by 7 thousandths, and then we have Sonoda P11, Stroll, Albon, Ricciardo, and Magnussen for Q2. So Q3 is going to start up in about 3 minutes time, maybe, actually no, about 5 minutes I'd say, and we go from there. But I'm very... Okay. Drivers that I'm dumbfounded by. Hülkenberg, P6. Hamilton, P4. Leclerc, P1. And, that's about it. Bro. The Sky Sports broadcast is so fucked. They didn't even play the noise, like, the outro of the song when they go to the ads. They literally just haven't played it. Their broadcast is fucked. But, yeah. That was a great session. I enjoyed that. 7 out of 10. Lovely. Right, so my predictions can still happen because the top 5 I said are all in Q3, so it's still very doable. I said Leclerc, Alonso, Verstappen, Perez, Norris, Hamilton. Oh no, I said Ricciardo in my like 7th. He ain't there. I think they should bin off Q3 right now. Leclerc and P1. So Q3 is going to start up in about 3 minutes from now. Just going to get a timer ready. There we go. Pop that in. Push. Oh wait, I fucked it. I forgot to put Q3. There we go. Copy. Lovely. Right, we are back. Final session in quali Q3 is about to get underway. And we go from there. This is going to be very fucking close. Like, this is going to be obscenely close. So apparently, with Perez, he did a 29.9. Oh no, never mind. I thought that Checo's engineer said abort the lap and he still did a 29.9, but no, that was his second lap. So both in Q3 for the Red Bull drivers, as is both Ferraris, both McLarens, both Mercedes, and then we have the Aston of Alonso and the Haas of Hulkenberg. And of course, Hulkenberg is just world class. Honestly, people are saying, oh, Perez needs to get out of Red Bull, Ricciardo should be in Red Bull. Yeah, Hulkenberg, bro, gets the job done. Like, he's P6 in a fucking Haas, for God's sake. Like, get him in. He's in the second or even second or third slowest car, and he's putting it in P6. Like, fuck, I spelled Hulkenberg wrong. Wait, are we underway? Oh, no. Okay, we're about to begin. 15, 20 seconds from now, and Q3 will be, let's fucking go. What's Hulkenberg gonna do? He better not be 10th. I don't think Hulkenberg's getting 10th. I think he's gonna go up there a little bit. Maybe like P7, P8. He can definitely beat a McLaren and maybe a Mercedes. Cars out on track and Q3 is underway. What does this timer say? 39. Okay, calm. So, I'll start it now. Oh, that says 10:39. Oh, fuck. Right, let's cook. Q3 is begun. We have all cars are coming out on track early on. Let's take a look at the tyres that we have. We have Leclerc, Verstappen and Sainz are on new tyres. Hamilton and Hulkenberg on used. Russell on new. Perez on used. Norris on used. Excuse me. Piastri on used. And Alonso is still in the pits. If Ferrari get pole tonight, it will be their 250th pole in their history. Right, let's start that timer. And there we go. Let's fucking cook! The final 10 minutes of qualifying of the day. Because I done FP3 earlier today. I did the F2 sprint race, which was my best stream ever. And now we're here for F1 quali. And we've only got Q3 remaining. Martin Brundle, you're saying it's difficult to know who's on used and who's on new. Just look at the live timing. I can literally see that Verstappen, Russell, and Sainz are on new, and everyone else is on used. Easy as you like, easy as pie. They're your fucking Durskies, you know what I mean? Like, Right, the first of probably 2 or even 3 hot laps are beginning. Let's go. Let's see what the Mercedes can do, because they were quite good in Q2, which I wasn't really expecting. They were way off it in Q1. They sort of recovered it with a great lap by Hamilton at the end of Q2 in the dying moments. We do have Russell. Why is that my sub alert? Jesus fucking Christ, LaserKid125, thanks very much for subbing. Fucking hell, I need to change that ASAP. That scared the shit out of me. That was so... I don't even think you lot heard it. But it's the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 jump scare sound. I don't know why. I set it up a year ago. I need to change it to something a bit more swazzy. But let's see how we go. So Hulkenberg is the first person to set a lap time. Unfortunately, we're not going to see that lap time because the Sky Sports broadcast is wank. Lando Norris goes P1. Oh, wow. Hulkenberg, a 30.5, which is way off. 29.6 for Lando. Piastri, a second off Norris. George Russell goes fastest with a 29.6 dead. However, Max Verstappen is making his way, and he does a 29.4 provisional pole for Max Verstappen. And then now we have Lewis Hamilton. He's going to make his way across the line in 3 seconds' time. Hamilton goes P4 for Lewis Hamilton, a 30.4. Way off it. Here comes Perez. P4, 0.6 off his teammate. But I believe that Verstappen's on new, Perez on used. So, not that bad. Here comes Sainz. Goes P3. Only a tenth and a bit. Call it 0.2 off Verstappen. And here comes Leclerc. Charles Leclerc goes within 0.06 of Verstappen on used tyres. Verstappen was on new. Oh my god, Leclerc's gonna fucking do it. Where's Hulkenberg? Oh, P8. So we've got 6 minutes remaining in Q3. Everyone's coming back in the pits. We're going to go in the pits for about 2-3 minutes, and then we are going to be straight back out for the final hot laps with everyone, I hope, on brand new tyres. So let's fucking go. Russell says the ride is really poor at turn 6. That, my friend, is a driver issue. It probably isn't, but you know what? I'm just being fun. Oh wait, Alonso's out for a lap. I like this. Wait, is this the only lap he's going to do? We have 5 minutes on the dot remaining. Is this the final lap Alonso's going to do? Because I don't think he's going to do a lap, come in the pits, put a set of tyres on, go out again. Yeah, he can't. This is Fernando Alonso's final lap, unless he goes around again and he's running a bit high fuel. But that just seems dumb. But let's see how Fernando Alonso gets on. We have another hot lap to take a look at. So a 28.6 is the fastest first sector, which belongs to Max Verstappen. So we can see how Fernando Alonso, the youngest driver on the grid, the rookie himself, gets on as he makes his way. He's going to approach sector 1 in about 6 seconds time. Here he comes. Round turn, whatever the fuck. Turn 4. And his sector time is going to be... It's a 28.8, which is only a tenth and a half off Verstappen. That's actually quite poor, to be fair. He misses the apex of turn 8, which of course isn't ideal. And now we are starting to get cars on track. People are piling out of the pit lane. And now Alonso can't hit an apex to save his life. He ain't hit one since 0-7. And now, DRS enabled, blitzing it down the straight. He's going to go into turn whatever the fuck. Sector 2 time is a 1-7 dead for Verstappen. Alonso does a... Alonso is only 20 milliseconds off Max Verstappen's time. Going into the final corner. Shut the fuck... I mean, Alonso, no way he goes fastest, right? Shut the fuck up. Alonso loses a 10th in the final sector and he goes P3. And now we also have Lando Norris, Hülkenberg and Piastri are all out. They are on... Oh, everyone's going out. Everyone on the new tyres. So here we go. 2 minutes remaining to end the first quali of the season. So Piastri's going to be the first one to start a lap, and then it's going to be Norris, and then it's going to be Hülkenberg, and then it's going to be Russell, and then Hamilton, then Verstappen, then Leclerc. In that order to complete their hot laps. Here we fucking go! Piastri begins his lap. Perez also comes out. Perez is the last one to come out of the pits. We have 2 minutes remaining. Piastri making his way, the first driver on the final hot laps of this first quality of the year. Like I said, a 28.6 is the fastest sector 1. I don't think Piastri's going to get anywhere near that, but we can see how he gets on. I think he just went off the track there, so his lap time might be out. He's 2 tenths back from Verstappen through sector 1. We can see how Lando Norris gets on as well through sector 1. 28.6 for Verstappen. It's going to be a 29... Lando's having an absolutely abysmal first sector. 4 tenths back from Verstappen. As Hülkenberg only 3 tenths back from Verstappen through sector 1. That ain't too bad when you consider that that's a Red Bull. He's in a Haas. Piastri is about to complete the second sector. He's going to do a 7... Oh! Piastri with a great sector 2. Only 2 tenths back from Verstappen as we only have 1 minute remaining. Lando Norris in the fastest sector 2 as well. He's still 2 tenths back. Piastri's going to be the first one to cross the line. He's going to do a 1 minute 29.6 and that puts him P7 as Verstappen is using Piastri to get a tow. Here comes Lando Norris across the line and he's going to stay P6, 2 tenths off Verstappen. Here comes Hülkenberg. He's currently last. Where's he going to go? He stays last, but the Ferrari of whoever the fuck, Leclerc, gets the best slipstream since 2017. Russell not improving in the first sector. Hamilton is. Verstappen fastest through the first fucking sector. Sainz and Verstappen both getting tows, so comparing to everyone else, you do have to take a 10th off. Russell 2 tenths back from Verstappen through the second sector. Hamilton 3 tenths back from Verstappen through the second sector, and of course Verstappen is still improving. So that's just his time right now as Verstappen 2.5 tenths up on himself. Russell goes third fastest, only 6 hundredths behind Verstappen's current fastest. Hamilton only 8th for Lewis Hamilton. Leclerc up on Verstappen's current time, but Verstappen's about to smash his own time, and he goes 2.5 tenths up on himself. There's a 3-tenth gap back to fucking Leclerc. Perez 3 tenths back from Verstappen, having an absolute stinker, but obviously Perez is shit. Leclerc stays second, but does improve. Carlos Sainz, here he comes. P4 for Carlos Sainz And Sergio Perez, what are you going to go? P5, P6, Perez, P5 for Sergio Perez. Fuck. Oh, Perez, bro. We need to sort out the quali. He's only a 10th off P2, but 3.5 tenths off Verstappen ain't very good. But there you go. So the final finishing order from quali here in Bahrain, the very first quali of the year, is Verstappen fastest by 0.2 of a second with 29.1, followed by Leclerc, Russell, Sainz, Sergio Perez, Fernando Alonso, Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri, Lewis Hamilton, and Nico Hülkenberg to finish off the top 10. Moving on, we then have Tsunoda in 11th, Stroll in P12, Albon P13, Ricciardo P14, Magnussen P15, Bottas P16, and then Zhou Guanyu, Logan Sargent, Esteban Ocon, and Pierre Gasly to finish off the order for the very first quali of the year. That was a whole bunch of fun, but all I want is a Perez top 3. And I just never get it, do I? Perez only a 10th off P3 and a 10th and a little bit off P2. But just couldn't hook it together. Can we see the sector times, or is that not a thing? No, we can't. That's not lucky. Oh, no, we can. So. Oh my god. There we go. Lovely. So, Perez, comparing to Verstappen, was 2.5 tenths back in Sector 1, 0.5 tenth back in Sector 2, and 0.5 tenth back in Sector 3. So he just needs to improve that Sector 1, and then he's there. Leclerc, 2.5 tenths back in Sector 1, but then 2 tenths up in Sector 2, and a 10th up in Sector 3. But monster first sector by Max Verstappen, and then Russell there or thereabouts. Hülkenberg just not a bad Sector 1, but then really bad. Oh, it's just Sector 2 that let him down. He was very good in Sector 1 and 3, but that's going to be all for the very first quali of the year here in Bahrain. Now, of course, tomorrow, we're not done there, because tomorrow we have the F2 feature race. That is going to be at 10:30 in the morning, British Standard Time. BST, you can convert that over to whatever time zone you're in. And then the big one at 3 p.m. I'll be live at 2:40. At 3 p.m. we have the opening race of the Formula 1 season. That's going to be all from me, though. Thank you very much for watching, to anyone that tuned in for today. It's been an absolute bang, an absolute pleasure from me, but I am so desperate for a cup of tea, you have no idea. So I'll be back tomorrow. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, and see ya! I keep fucking I'll click on the wrong one.
Watch it take me every time we say goodbye. they all see that it's a lie. 'Cause we always give it one last try. Yeah, you've watched me break 1,000 times. Now I'm all alone, 'cause you never show. You say you will, but then you don't. That's how it goes. Don't wanna know. I'm turning off my mind so I get by. I just wanna be happy, happy tonight. Happier tonight. Happier tonight. Can't be waiting for you in